Hey guys, welcome to another practice tips. Today, wind play. I need you to get really excited whenever you see that on the forecast that it's going to be really windy in your area. And plan to go out to your field, to your local course, somewhere, and learn how the wind affects the flight of the disc. Today, I wanted to practice my approaches. It was about 25 miles an hour, so I thought, what is the most exposed basket in the city? And I went to that course. I went to that basket. And as you'll see coming up, I laid out my stable putters, stable approach discs, my overstable drivers, and I was working on my forehands. This is what you'll see. I worked on everything, but what I'm going to show you is my forehand approach, and I laid them all out. And that forehand touch is very, very important. Why the forehand if you're a backhand player? Well, if you have a right to left wind and you're a right-handed person, you don't want to expose the underside of the disc to the wind, because then you lose a lot of control over it. It's less accurate. It's very touchy. So you want to keep the top of the flight plate, the top of the disc, hitting the wind. Then you have more control over it, and that's why I talk about doing the forehand. So that's what I practiced. Right to left wind, 20-25 miles an hour, super exposed approach area, hole, and I was just doing forehands. Now, I did a series of them over and over and over. Please don't knock my camera over, Cat. Sorry, guys, that's Leo. And do that over and over. Now I went all the way around the basket, so this is a great way to learn how to approach and to be close. So many times I go to tournaments and I'm looking at my competition and they have no idea what to do once they're inside 200 feet and it's really windy. 60 feet. They're running these putts and they're just giving themselves these super long comebacks. They're nowhere near on their approaches. They're 30, 40 feet on their approaches. The key to success when it's really, really windy in a tournament is just a stress-free round. Just be stress-free. The better your approaches, the more success you're going to have. If you can put it there 5-10 feet, you're going to have a really stress-free round, and you can watch everybody else bust their butt trying to save par with that 25-footer into a headwind. So that's it for practice tips. I hope that helps you out a lot. Whenever it's windy, get excited, don't get down. And have fun when you're practicing. Alright, so here you can see I have all my discs laid out. And I brought this in studio. I'm going to have to do a voiceover because the wind was so bad that the audio was just terrible with the wind. I filmed it with my phone. Now you see my PD2 started there, and then I have a couple of Scorpius. I have my Firebirds. So I started with overstable drivers, then went to overstable fairway drivers, and these that are coming up are my overstable putters, AVR X3s, AVR 3s. They're about 2 meters apart from each other. That's about 6 feet. And I'm going to approach one after the other. And after I approach them, I have to make the putt. So it's imperative that I get as close as possible. Maximize your practice time. Practice your approaches and then putt out. I brought all my putters and I laid them out wherever they land. Here I'm starting with the AVR 3, and when you're close up, it's just a soft touch shot. If you use your arm, only your arm, chances are you're going to overthrow the target, because it's a lot harder, I find, to control the power of the shot. So I have a weight transfer from the back leg to the front leg, and then my arm and hand follow along, making sure that the palm of the hand is still up. I never flip the wrist over, and that way I can get that nice hyzer angle on it. The reason you want to lay them all out like that instead of having just one big pile from one distance is you're throwing from different distances. You're throwing a little bit harder every time, and you're not throwing the same shot over and over and over again. Now you can see here that the results are rather erratic. This is my first go around. This is my first series. I've laid them all out, and I did this again and again after I filmed this. The results improved. So don't get discouraged if your results initially aren't what you want. Learn from every shot and adjust, and you'll learn a lot quicker than you think. It comes by pretty quick. I want my shots to land to where I have a tailwind putt. Whenever you're approaching, looking at the basket, it's not about so much about being as close. It is being as close as you can to the basket, but try to aim to land on where you have a tailwind putt. It's going to help you a lot more. So these shots should be ending up on the left side of the screen. You'll see that they're ending up on the right side of the screen, and those are giving me very difficult putts. But this is just to give you an example. I'm not going to get technical on technique and form and all this. That's for people who are more experienced than I am at this shot to do. This is just to give you ideas. This is what I like to do. Give you ideas of how to go out there, practice, build muscle memory, have fun when you're practicing. This is the most important part. I love practice. So, but I make it fun. And I want you to have fun with your practice, and that way you will improve, become a better disc golfer overall. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next practice tips, and have fun when you're out there practicing.